I have several Czech women who are, what?
Let me think. That's probably why they're like, foreigner.
Like, she's definitely not from here.
I'm Jen, and this is Prague, the heart of Europe, and my adopted home. Subscribe to get an American's take on this enchanting city and all things Czech. Welcome to the adventure. I'm joined today, you probably know who I'm sitting next to. This is Andrea from Arepas for dinner.
Hi, how are you guys?
And she came over to my house so we could film this video together. So a lot of people on my channel and a lot of people on her channel ask questions about our lives and what we're doing here. And so we decided to collaborate and to make a video together and to introduce our viewers to each other's channel. If you want to see the rest of this video, you're going to have to go over to Arepas for dinner. And I think if you like my videos, you're really going to like Andrea's videos. Yeah. She's got a lot of great content about an American living in Czechia, in the Czech Republic.
So you go check that out, check second part in my video, and thank you so much for having me.
What is your favorite place in Prague?
Okay, that one is easy. I'm actually a huge fan of the beer gardens, so the one in Letna probably is my favorite one.
Why?
Well, probably because, you know, the beer, the environment, the view, and actually you can find a good amount of Czechs and foreigners together. I love that.
And it's covered with shade, so it's really relaxing.
Yeah, and
so
the food, you know, they have like the klobasas there and everything. I really enjoy that so much. I enjoy eating. What about yours? What's your favorite one?
Ooh, that's tough. Letna's great. Rigrovi Rigrak is in my neighborhood, and the beer garden has changed this year. There's new ownership and it's not quite as sort of rowdy. There's not as many people there all the time. But there is another smaller restaurant in Rigrovi and you can go there and you can get a to-go cup of beer and then sit on the grass.
Oh,
and
it's nice. It's so pretty.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
If you were recommending to a visitor to Prague somewhere very special to go or something to see that they wouldn't find in a guidebook, what would it be?
Okay, probably, you know, I love food. If you follow me in the channel, you'll see I love food. So probably I would recommend them to go to Cantina. I think that would be like my inside.
Where's Cantina?
Cantina is, I'm very bad with addresses.
Is it Mexican food?
No. Cantina is actually, yeah.
It's the cafeteria-like place.
Yeah, cafeteria-like place that you have the two types of beer. They do the thing where they mix like black beer and like normal beer. Mm-hmm. Everything meat, because it's actually a butcher place where you can buy your meat, but you can eat there. So the quality of the food is amazing.
Now I want to talk a little bit about Czechs. So you are married to a Czech. Mm-hmm. I envy that. Now, I love my husband. He is wonderful, but I feel as though if either of us were married to Czech people, we would be speaking Czech a lot quicker. We'd have more Czech friends, in theory.
The friends is true.
Okay.
The speaking, no.
Really?
I think Czechs, and it really that happens as well with my Czech friends, they literally like change in this like foreigner personality immediately. Like, now I'm an expat too, you know, and they speak English all the time to me. My husband never speaks Czech to me. And I don't know, I guess because of the commodity of having the husband that like speaks Czech.
The commodity.
Yeah. I don't have to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to call to the doctor. Baby.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you call the doctor?
Because when we have a problem, oh God, it's like we've got the Google Translate out. The last resort is to call a Czech friend, but we don't want to be those expats. We want to be the ones who can figure it out for ourselves. But it's like, I got something from customs the other day, a package my mother sent, and it was 5 pages of Czech, and I was like, oh my God.
That's so hard. That's so hard.
Yeah. So in one of your videos, you talked about dating a Czech man, which I found fascinating. That was really interesting for someone who doesn't date Czech men. Do you have any opinions on Czech women?
Well, I do. I think they do have certain characteristics. It's like girls do like to take more control of their house. I think that's pretty much one of those things that I mentioned in the video about the guys.
Like, this is my domain.
Role, yeah, the gender role thing. So girls really like to be like the homemakers. That's for sure. Yeah. As well as they same like boys, they like to move together kind of faster than in other cultures, which was like very different from what I was used to. I find it much more casual to move with your boyfriend here than maybe in my culture where you simply don't.
Right,
ever.
to move in with the boyfriend happens really fast.
Yeah.
I find it to be fast too. I was dating my husband for 5 years before we moved in together, and my parents were like, this is not good.
We never even moved together. Like my parents were like, you don't live with
Yeah,
the
that's
boyfriend ever.
that's Latin American.
Yeah,
I find
yeah,
it to
that's
be.
very
And
like
Catholic.
conservative. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Catholic.
it's
very
my parents are
conservative.
Catholic, so that was.
Yeah.
What about Czech expressions? Do you have any like favorite Czech words, favorite Czech phrases, anything that, I mean, are you saying Ježiš Maria when you like burn some toast or something?
Let me think. I've I speak Spanish and mainly, but with my husband I speak English, and Czech is just there. And I think I use some things like dík and díky, probably like díky to say thank you. Yeah. I really find it so much better. I mean, gracias, I found it horrible. It's so long and that's in my language. So I used to say thanks, and now dík is even shorter, so I like it even more. I know some bad expressions that I used to say just to like annoy my husband, but I don't say
So you
them
won't
anymore.
annoy my viewers with them?
Yeah, I would say like churaco all the time because he would
What does
say
it mean?
like,
What does it mean?
oh, it's like cunt in English, kind of like that bad connotation.
Oh, that's bad.
It's horrible. And I used to say it because it just sounds like churrasco, that literally means like steak. So it doesn't sound bad to me. What about you? You have like your favorite phrases? Or?
Tivole. I really like tivole. It means
nice.
like dude, and once I figured out that they had a word for dude, that's dangerous for a Southern Californian because we say dude in front of any sentence we want you to listen to. We say, dude, I need some milk. Dude, can you go to the store? So if that's tivole, like...
Perfect, let's put it everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it everywhere. I don't know, I don't think it's impolite. I think it's just really casual. I think
so. I hope. I mean,
I'll
let
find
us
out.
know. Let us know. Is it bad or is it good?
Right. Do you watch any Czech movies or television series, even with subtitles?
There's only one show, I have to be honest, there's only one show, and it's about to come again, that I really, really like. That is MasterChef.
MasterChef, so the Czech version of MasterChef.
Yes, I love it. Because I love food, so I really enjoy that. And then there's many movies, and I think this movie is actually kind of like Slovakian, but it's from the time that Czechoslovakia was one country. That is Učitelka. I think I've watched the movie like 4 times. It's very dark humor, funny.
Dark humor, yeah.
What about you? Do you watch like Czech TV?
Yeah, I do watch a lot of television, Czech television, for language learning purposes, but also to learn about the culture. So Vypravě, I would watch that with my husband when we couldn't even discern a word but dobrý den. It's the only word we knew, and it was just like blah, 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 dobrý den. Oh, I knew that one.
Perfect.
Yeah, but I really love Herbář, which is a cooking show on Czech Televize. So it's funny and delicious and such a nice show.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's good. And I really like Až po uši, which is an HBO show. And it's kind of like Love Actually, but it takes place in Prague.
Oh,
So it's really kind of
nice.
like romantic comedy type.
I know Czechs do a lot of like TV shows and movies and everything because I mean you guys are the only country that speak the language, so
Yeah.
I guess you have to produce everything that you want to watch at home.
Yeah, no, and they
Which
have
is
a
great.
really rich history of movies at Barrandov Studios. I'd like to learn more about it. What is some behavior that Czechs do that you will never get used to?
Okay, this one is, I mean, everybody has to hear me talk about this if you follow me. That is the taking your shoes off in parties.
I did a video with that too.
It's so difficult. Sometimes I'm so pretty, but I forgot the pedicure. Like that's like I didn't want to pay the extra $20 to do that.
Or it's just like, for example, the slippers we have on right now, because they're rubber, I feel like that's a little bit more sanitary. But if someone offers you like cloth slippers, it's so odd for us. It's like, would you like to take off your pants and put on my house pants?
Exactly. The thing is that I always say that. It's like, they say, but why can't you just take your shoes off in a party and that's it? And I'm like, because the shoes might be the most expensive part of my outfit. Like,
the prettiest part.
in the prettiest part.
Yeah.
I'm so tiny. I'm 160 and my husband is 2 meters high. So if you take my shoes off, I look like his daughter.
When I do have family come from the United States, we don't make them take their shoes off. My husband tries to, but I kind of just say it's fine, and then I know I'll have to mop and clean the floors because it's almost impossible to tell Americans to take off your shoes.
I guess that's why that's something I will never get used to.
Yeah.
What about you?
I walk around smiling at people. There's just something about, like, I'm walking my dog, you're walking your dog, we're the only people on the sidewalk. I would like to acknowledge that it's a nice day by smiling at you. And that's just, I think they think I'm a little crazy. But it's just something that I can't get used to. I feel like, you couldn't give me the courtesy of a smile. And I know that that's just an American mindset, but I can't get used to that.
No, I understand because we do it too. Like if we're walking towards somebody, we would like smile, and I guess I still do that.
That's probably why they're like, foreigner.
Like she's definitely not from here.
What has changed about you? Like, have you changed your opinions about something, your mentality? It's a deep one.
It's a deep one, yeah. Yes, I've changed for example, I mentioned here the thing about like not living together before you get married. I did have some friends that did it, but it was not that common. Mm-hmm. Now I see it so common. Same as like now I never assume people is religious because nobody is. So yeah. I made it so normal that I have something that is different, like religion, that before it was like you just assume everybody's Christian. Like absolutely. Catholic or Christian, but everybody was.
Yeah.
In general.
So now you sort of think like, oh, it's not abnormal.
Exactly. Like now it's like, it's okay if people like don't have any religion. For me, it's completely normal.
Yeah.
That was not normal before. Same as before, I would never imagine like a big family living in a small flat. And nowadays for me, it's super normal. It's like, oh, we have 3 kids and we only have 2 bedrooms. And I'm like, oh, completely normal. Yeah. Before I would be like, how you fit? Now I see it. Now I understand it.
When did you start your YouTube channel?
The real deal YouTube, like Arepas for dinner, the one that you know, started probably last summer, so about a year.
Okay, yeah, that's about the same for me. I think I started in October. I had a couple videos before that were like how to use the metro in Prague without really my face in it. And I thought it would be a channel to help foreigners or to help expats, and it's turned into something different.
I thought my channel was going to be a cooking channel. In fact, if you go to my channel... If you go to my channel, you'll see I made so many what's for dinner. I had this like super idea of like the Southern style of life, American Southern, and everything was like easy crockpot dinners. They don't have crockpots, so it made no sense.
Oh, we have a crockpot, so if you
start so you can check those videos. They're somewhere there in my channel. You just have to go very back.
Cool. What is something that you wish you hadn't said in one of your videos? Do you have anything like that? Like, oh, I made a mistake? Or
Yes.
And you don't want to take the whole video down.
Exactly. I made one huge mistake that I have to say sorry for.
I have so many.
Yeah. But there's one that everybody reminds me that is that Czech was never written in Cyrillic, ever. In the history of Czech language, that never happened.
You said that?
Yeah, I said that it was, but it wasn't.
It wasn't written in Cyrillic?
Ever.
Oh, interesting. So Cyril and Methodius, who brought Cyrillic, they didn't bring like
the writing, like they never had the, that's
that
crazy.
Is mind-blowing.
Because we were like, well, it's a Slavic language, so, we don't have Cyrillic, but we should have, and no, that never happened. So everybody corrected me about it.
I'm sure that they weren't mean about correcting you.
No,
that was just a mistake.
They were just like very kindly saying, Andrea, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that I'm sorry for saying that. Like, that was a big mistake there.
I'm sure they understand.
What about you? There's something like that you say that everybody like told you, that's wrong, and you're like, no.
Well, the one... There's a few things. So I misidentified a town. The origin of sugar cubes is Dačice, not Dalčice, and I still get comments to this day about that. But the video's not coming down, okay? I'm gonna do an apology tour to Dačice. I think my biggest mistakes are, I'll say like Americans do this and Czechs do this, and it is really general, and it's not fair. I mean, Californians are really quite different from people in the rest of the country. So I would never claim to be American, even though I am. And so when I say Czechs oh, why do Czechs do this thing? And then people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, I said that Czechs kiss each other on two sides. My Czech teacher, every time with the two kisses, and pretty much all my friends with the two kisses. So I said, Czechs always do this. And people were just like, they don't do that. And I thought, okay, so my mistake is generalizing. Instead, I've started to be more like, in my experience, or in Prague.
Yeah, in Prague, that's a big one. I did as well a video about the Czech apartments, and a lot of people told me that they live in houses because they don't live in Prague.
Yeah.
So that was a huge mistake there, because you're right, Czech apartments have small fridges, they don't have deep freezers, they don't have guest bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, but maybe if you live in any town besides Prague, you actually have all those things, and that was a big one.
What are your favorite types of videos to make for the Arepas for Dinner channel?
Well, I have like the ones that I know everybody's gonna like, the ones that I know I'm gonna like, and the ones I'm passionate about.
That is so true.
Those are like 3 huge differences.
Yeah.
So passionate about anything that requires a lot of investigation. If you've seen the real estate video, there you go. If you see the one, what I think about Czech people, that one, a lot of people liked it, but it required a lot of observation through a lot of weeks.
Yeah.
So those. Then I usually don't like doing videos where I have to put like too much history of something. Like I don't like to research too much the history of anything, because I usually forget it, and I think everybody's gonna forget it unless I put something super cool about the history. Like here is where Budweiser beer was invented. Otherwise you're gonna forget if I say like, here you have some special thermal waters that used to be healing. It's like,
right.
I hate doing those. I do them sometimes, but I don't like them that much.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite ones?
Well, I always start off with like a script, and I say, this is going to be an easy one. I'm just going to sit in my living room and I'm going to talk to the people. And then I think, oh, it would be really fun if I had a character saying that. And then probably I should have a different location for this. And it becomes this big production, and they're really fun, but they take days of work, absolutely days of work. So I always am so excited to post those. But sometimes it's not feasible. Like I think I could do that type of video twice a month, but I can't do it.
Those are harder.
Yeah.
They also asked me more like the one of the real estate, and I said I will, but it literally took me like 5 weeks to do that investigation. So unless I'm getting paid by some like research center to do that, I don't think I can do it.
Czech Board of Tourism. Well, I just want to thank you for coming all the way out here and for meeting my viewers, taking your time. And if you want to see the rest of this video, you're going to have to go over to Arepas for Dinner. And I think if you like my videos, you're really going to like Andrea's videos. Yeah. She's got a lot of great content about an American living in Czechia, in the Czech Republic.
So you go check that out, check second part in my video, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming, and the link is below. So uvidíme se příští týden. Ahoj.
Ahoj.